Hello everybody, it's Mabel here again, and this time I'm going to tell you how to utilize your staircase to do some stretching. So you don't need a mat, you don't need to change your clothes, you can even have your shoes on if that's how you operate at home, or anywhere that you can find a staircase that you can have a couple minutes for your time just to stretch out the legs, maybe the arms in different position of the body. So first of all, very easy, you just find a staircase that have a few steps at least, so you can climb over second or third step depending on how open your groin and your hip joint is. And from here you hold onto a railing with one hand and stick the other side of the foot onto the step you choose. And the back leg, you just kind of wiggle it backward, holding onto the railing, keeping the front knee over the front heel, and you can stretch out both sides of your leg. Just kind of sink down a little bit. You can rest your arm onto your knee, keep it there. Just kind of stretch for a moment. Of course, if you want to challenge your balance, you can dangle your arms down by the side or raise them up just like a warrior one. Okay? Doesn't matter if your heels cannot touch the ground on the back. It adds a little more stretch to the back of the leg. If they can touch, it's even better. Okay? After you've done one side, you can just stretch out your legs, slide down, and go to the other side. Then it's up to you to hold on to the railing after you set up, or you can dangle your arms down by the side, add a little weight to sink down, or send your arms up to stretch out your ribs. Sometimes you can turn to one side, add a little twisting element to release the lower back and the ribs. You can always turn different direction, have a little fun raising your arms different position, or even do some arms workout here while you're holding here. Or sometimes I just like to rest. There's nothing wrong with that. So when you find a relief in the hip, you can go to a different position. Remember, you move back to straighten out the front leg so you can slide it down. Okay. Another very common exercise people do is for the calf muscle release. Now make sure when you do this, you have the toes pointing straight forward, not out to the side. So no side toes. Toes are always pointing forward. And your heels, you can see it's dangling over in front of the steps. So when you push the toes up, you lift them up. You push the toes down. Make sure you grab the staircase with your toes. So when the heel go a little lower than the steps themselves, then you can stay balanced. You can, of course, hold on to the railing or the wall all the time to keep yourself balanced. The idea is to have the heel go a little bit deeper, lower than the step itself, to create a strong stretch on your Achilles tendon and your calf muscles. So we can do for like 10 to 20, depending on how much you want. Remember, your calf muscle is your second heart for your cardiovascular system. Because when your heart pump the blood to the rest of the body, it needs to come back to the heart for recycling. So what is it gonna do that? If there's no heart underneath, it will be the calf muscle that does that, to squeeze the blood up through movement and through muscle strength. So when you train those muscles, you actually help your circulation big time. So I like to do this a lot, tippy toe on the ground with the added depth of the staircase, because you can move your heels lower than the step, and that you actually create a deeper and stronger squeezing motion for the blood to pump up. And again, up to the point that you feel enough. What is enough? It's like some people want to feel tired. Some people just want to feel energized. Your enough is enough. Whatever you feel enough, that's how your limitation lies, okay? So when you're done, you hold on to the railing, you come back down, right? And then you can have, again, choose the step, second step or third step, whatever you like, to stick one knee onto it. So this gives a little more stretch on the front of the knee, the hamstrings, and the quads we just worked, and also the heels. And then we can kind of sit towards the heel underneath with the bum, and the back leg always straight. Again, you can do twisting here. You can raise your arms up or down by the side or holding onto the railing. You can also rock from side to side a little bit. And you'll find that the step actually pressing onto the front of the shin. There are a lot of meridian points on all sides of the shins. And the front is usually being a little neglect. We don't really work on the front of the shin too much in any exercise module. Only when your massage therapist have time to pay attention to those points, that you got a little release over there. So you can actually use the staircase to release those muscles lying on the side of the front of your shin bone. Okay, after you have enough, again, straighten the front leg, move your hip back a little bit to slide down the foot. Okay, so go back to the same step with the other leg. Kind of sit down onto the heel underneath. You can also get a little toe squat effect, moving and stretching the bottom of the feet. Then you can do all sorts of arm work, side stretching, twisting, or anything. Or I like to rock. Hold on to the railing, just rock, and get a little massage on the front of the shin. Feels really great. Okay. You spend enough time. Again, what you define as enough. Maybe you feel a relief. Maybe you feel worked. Maybe you feel satisfied. And this is what I always teach my students. It's, you want happiness in your life, you need to define for yourself what satisfies you. Because you can complain about all the little downfalls and little things over life. You can criticize over almost everything. But if you don't know what actually satisfies you, you always just have the ability to criticize instead of finding something that actually makes you happy. So you need to define what satisfies you. And when you get that, appreciate it. Okay, so this is the 3 exercises that I bring you today. I hope you enjoy them and enjoy your stairs in a different level. Remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel. So when sometimes, if I don't advertise my video on any social media, you still get them. Sometimes I like to do that and put out a video without letting anybody know, just for those who actually subscribe, and you get a little bonus. Have a good day, everyone. Namaste.